This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Live from the heart of Washington State,
where mountains meet the sea.
From vibrant city streets.
Snap a selfie atop Seattle's Space Needle.
To quiet lakeside retreats.
Fish for salmon at the beach or skip rocks at Deception Pass.
Take a ferry across Puget Sound.
Welcome to Washington State, the land of wonder.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our listeners and viewers all around the world. My name is Brother Joshua Weber, here from the sometimes sunny, today fairly cloudy district of Washington State. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We're going to have a very heartfelt conversation today with our brother joining us about what we are thankful for. But before we get into that, of course, we have our YouTube question of the day, and that is, who or what are you thankful for this year? One more time, who or what are you thankful for this year? And now, without further ado, to introduce our guest, we have Brother Sky joining us today. Go ahead, Brother Sky, and introduce yourself. Give any shout-outs if you have any at this time.
Hey, hello. Thank you for having me on the show. And I'm Brother Sky Mercado from the local Iberian. And I would like to also give shout-outs to my friend, Brother Norman, and my friend, Brother Angelo from Iberian. Thank you for always being there to help me with my fitness and always keep helping me to be motivated. So thank you.
All right. And now that you kind of mentioned it, with all those names that you had mentioned with keeping you motivated and being thankful, maybe we could go a little bit in on that for our conversation here today. So we'll go ahead and get started with our conversation, which of course is just the topic of being thankful. So of course, our first question is, what are you thankful for this year, Brother Sky?
There's a lot of things I'm thankful for, and I'm trying not to get emotional thinking about it. This year has been quite a ride for me. There's been ups and there's been downs, there's been wins and there's been losses. I'm just thankful that with everything that's happened to me this year, I'm still going strong. I'm still smiling even after what I've been through, and I'm still smiling and until the end of the year. And there's a lot of things that I've accomplished, a lot of things that I've lost, but I just managed to just get myself up and just smile and like, hey, Sky, you're gonna get through it. And that's basically what happened, and I'm thankful for that.
That's wonderful. I know we had kind of covered before in a previous topic. I know it was about businesses, but one of the things that we had mentioned is, the best way to success is to learn from failures and not to be afraid of failing. But the most important part of failing is to get up, learn from it, and keep moving. And it seems like you've been able to do quite a bit of that, Brother Sky. So that's really wonderful. Would you like to share any milestones that you're able to achieve this year?
Yes. So early in the year, I graduated from Pima Medical Institute as a medical assistant. From there, I progressed to a lot of areas in the medical field, a lot of special practices, urgent care, orthopedics. Also done sleep medicine, pulmonary, endocrinology, And there's so many more. I can't. There's so much that I can't name them all. But that's one of the milestones. And it helped me accomplish one of my goals to be a very well established medical assistant. And that all came because I said yes to every time my manager asked me, "Oh, Sky, do you want to float to different apartments?" And I just said yes. Give me the experience. Give me the experience I need so I can become a or a well-established medical assistant. So I just said yes, and here I am. I'm still in the office, but yeah.
That's awesome. I know, especially like in the medical field, um, being able to do a lot of things, especially as a medical assistant, just really is such a valuable asset for the ones that you're working with. So it's really great to hear that, Brother Sky. Of course, I'd like to mention that we're not sponsored by Pima Medical Institute, but it's still wonderful that you're able to achieve all those things, Brother Sky. So I know you had mentioned a few names right before we started, but is there any like people specifically that supported you through this year that you would like to shout out and that you are thankful for?
Specifically, there's a lot of people that supported me throughout this year, but primarily those two friends of mine. Those are my brothers, and they were a big factor to helping me through this year. So I am thankful for those two.
It's wonderful, Brother Sky. I'm glad to hear that you were able to have, people that were able to support, help and support you, especially going through, so many different things this year. So it's always wonderful to see that, Brother Sky. Now, another thing you had mentioned before is that you had, what's that called? You were motivated by some other people. So I'd like to ask, how is it that you stay, or how did you stay motivated, especially going through all those different fields that you were learning and floating through?
How I stayed motivated. Well, I had to. Sometimes when things got hard, I just paused a little bit. I talked to myself. I said, Sky, you've been through a lot in the past also, and you made it through. So just keep going. And communication with my managers, telling them how I feel, and if I needed a break, they gave me a break. And they saw how hard I worked. So I just asked them, hey, can I just have like one day to de-stress and perhaps just work from home instead of coming in person to clinic. And they gave me that accommodation because I've said that all stemmed because they accommodated me because I said yes to them when they needed me to do certain tasks when other people wouldn't want to do it.
Okay. Now, of course, it's one of those things that is definitely important. Like you said, of course, working hard, but also being able to recognize when you do need those breaks. So, of course, like taking those breaks definitely, I would assume, help keep you motivated to keep going because, you were able to get those moments of respite, being able to recover and then just go back at it and have fun learning everything that you can. So that's really wonderful, Brother Sky. Now, on the kind of other end of, especially with all these milestones that you were able to achieve, what kind of challenges were you able to overcome and like how?
Oh, challenges. They mostly it came in the form of time management. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life. There's a lot of things I had to do. I had a full schedule being a full-time medical assistant, and I'm going to school right now for another certificate. So what helped me is the most challenging part was just learning to manage my time, just sorting out my schedule, make sure everything is on time, and it still gets tiring to this day. But that's what happens when you partake a life of the go lifestyle. But it reaps benefits in the end. So I'm doing my part and sacrificing, just working hard, and it'll pay off in the future, like it always has previous years.
So just to kind of follow up on that, I know especially like in like any medical field for that matter, There's plenty of challenges, and I'm glad that you're able to overcome those, especially time management. I feel that that affects everyone, especially nowadays. It feels like there's less and less time to do the things that we want and or need. So my kind of follow up to that is, if you were to start over, what would you do the same, or what would you even do differently?
What would I do differently? Mm. You know, that's a tough question. I've been doing things the same way for many years, and it has worked for me. So if it has worked for me all these years, I stick with the plan, I stick with the template, and I go with it.
There you
There's
go.
nothing. There's nothing I will. There's nothing. There is absolutely nothing that I will change this year. Everything is how it's supposed to be.
There you go. I feel the same. You know, whenever I get asked that question, it's kind of hard to be like, what would I do differently? It's more on the case of, well, I would have been a little bit more careful with certain things. Like I would have been more mindful of my own health or things like that. But other than that, any decisions that I made, you know, I'm happy with where my year ended. So I'm happy with all the decisions I made. So, you know, I'm glad that you were able to feel the same way, Brother Sky. So, one more question for us: is there something that you learned about yourself through this journey that you've had this year?
Something that I learned about myself. Um, Not really. There's nothing else I learned about. New things I learned about myself, because I know myself very, very well. So I just with nothing I've learned this year about myself. Or if anything, I know that I'm able to take a hard load and just keep going.
There you go.
And just yeah, basically that. Yeah.
It's that good perseverance, being able to push through those times, and especially with such a great payoff, I'd imagine it's even a greater motivator for that too. So, all right, thank you so much, Brother Sky, for telling us, you know, all about your year. You know, the ups and downs, the challenges that you went through, but in the end, like you said, you're still smiling. So there we go. Thank you so much, Brother Sky, for joining us. Hopefully, this isn't the last time we'll see you here on INC Radio, and hopefully, we could include you in on a few other topics here in the nearing future.
Bro, you just say the word and I'll hop on.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Sky.
Thank you so much.
All righty. And with that, we're going to go ahead and move into our next segment, which is From the Needle. And that'll be with Brother Terrell Torres. So without further ado, I'll hand it off to you, Brother Terrell.
Thank you, Brother Josh, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the viewers and listeners. I am Brother Terrell Torres from the local congregation of Everett, and here are all the upcoming activities and updates from the Needle. So on December 22nd, every Monday from 7 to 8:45 p.m., there's free indoor pickup dodgeball in Ballard at the Loyal Heights Community Center for ages 16 and up. Starting on December 24th, every Wednesday from 7 to 8:45 p.m., there's also free indoor pickup dodgeball in North Seattle at the Green Lake Community Center, also for the ages 16 and up. On December 27th, starting at 10 a.m., there are free tours of the Kubota Garden in South Seattle, and reservation is required. And to reserve, visit kubotagarden.org/upcoming events. And then some updates regarding the weather and advisories here in the state of Washington. There is still flooding going on, so make sure to check your routes before you travel, and then also prepare any emergency equipment, especially for all the areas that are affected by the power outages throughout the state of Washington. Thank you, and that is all from me. Right back to you, Brother Josh.
All righty. Thank you so much, Brother Terrell. Now we're going to go move on to our hidden treasures. Kuya Tech, if you could pull up that video for us. Thank you so much, bro.
My name is Sister Tia Manalo, and today I'll be taking you up north to the Price Sculpture Forest. Located just outside the small town of Coopville on Whidbey Island lies this hidden treasure. There's no entrance fee, so you're free to visit and roam around at your leisure from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. At the beginning of the trail, there is a map that shows exactly what to expect. It's a fairly easy path to follow, but just like with any outdoor trail, you should keep an eye where you're stepping. According to the website sculptureforest.org, this park's 15-acre land was originally purchased in 2008 by the Price family with the intent of building their family home. Plans changed and their home was built elsewhere in Coopville, so after much consideration, the family decided to preserve the forest. They have since worked with various sculptors, volunteers, and community organizations to bring the park to life, with the park officially opening for visitors on October 23, 2020. As you walk along the designated path, you'll encounter some very unique sculptures. With each sculpture is a QR code that takes you to the park's website and gives you more information about the artwork and the sculptor who made it. While you're not able to touch the sculptures, there are plenty of opportunities to take picture-perfect photos with the pieces. There's even a spot where you yourself can be a sculpture. So, whether you're a hiker or an art enthusiast or anything in between, this little park is a perfect place to visit the next time you're in town. Thank you for tuning in to INCRadio Seattle, and I'll see you later.
Alrighty, and just like that, our broadcast for today has come to an end. However, before we get going, we're going to have a few short reminders, of course, of the ways we have to tune in. But before that, we have our cliffhanger statement, and that is, what anniversary activities did your local have this year? So one more time, what anniversary activities did your local have this year? We'll go ahead and discuss more on that next week. If you go ahead and join us next week, we'll go ahead and read those comments that pop up through our chat, and especially with our guests or maybe even videos that we'll have. So we'll love to see you next week, brothers and sisters. And with that, we have our ways to tune in, of course, is here through our YouTube channel, which is the INCRadio DZEM 954. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're already watching, don't forget to subscribe and even like the broadcasts that are here through YouTube. Once you subscribe to the channel, don't forget to click on the notification bell icon. That way you could stay up to date not only with INCRadio Seattle, but with all of our other wonderful satellites here on our YouTube channel. Aside from our YouTube channel, we also have the INCradio.org, which will be live broadcasting all of our satellites through a stream on there. And with that, we'd like to say our special thank yous and shout outs to Brother Eduardo Manalo, our Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo, our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Ramil Regino, our District Minister, Brother Relly Rivera, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Chris Valdez, our CFO Overseer, Brother Manly Andaya, our Executive Producer, the listeners, and last but not the least, our INCRadio Tech Crew. Thank you all so much for your love and support, and none of this would be possible without each and every single one of you. So, from INCRadio Seattle, we will see you later.